Next, we have a few reports that fall under the principal's report. The first one is our winter athletic summary. So I'd ask our assistant principal for athletics, Brendan Curtin, to come up, and that begins on page 9.
Good job, Kylie. She clapped for him, so I just did. We'll clap for you too, Dave.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you tonight about our winter athletic achievements. I'd like to share a summary at this time. Throughout the 7 sports offered this past winter, we had 21 athletes earn all-conference status, 2 of which received Metro Suburban Conference Player of the Year in senior Zach Via in boys basketball and sophomore Brenna Loftus in girls basketball. We had 59 of our varsity athletes earn all-academic Metro Suburban Conference honors. The program also had 3 individual student athletes compete in the state series finals, which we just referenced, and Brock Hoyt, freshman in wrestling. Harrison Nolan took 5th in the diving portion of swim and dive, and senior Michael Rosa earned 10th place finish in the 100-meter breaststroke. Junior Ryan Gaynor will represent the boys basketball program in the 3-point competition down in Peoria this weekend. We also had 3 programs earn Metro Suburban Conference championships, led by boys basketball, girls basketball, and cheerleading. And as mentioned before, our Special Olympics basketball team is set to compete in the state series at Illinois Wesleyan this weekend. This marks the program's 2nd consecutive trip for the state series. A couple brief highlights on each athletic program. As mentioned before, our girls basketball program earned an outright title in the conference. They also registered 20 victories while earning that title. Wrestling, both varsity and JV, took a 2nd place finish in conference competition. Competitive dance and POMS earned a trip to the state series for a 2nd time in 2 consecutive years. They earned a 21st place state finish this year. Boys basketball produced 28 victories, which tied them for the most wins in school history. They also won a regional championship, taking down Lincoln Park at Morton High School a couple weeks ago, and then eventually fell to number 1 ranked Curry High School in semifinal play. Competitive cheerleading earned a 9th place finish at the IHSA sectional competition. Girls gymnastics won the Bulldog Invitational for the 2nd year in a row and took a 3rd place finish home in sectional competition. Boys swimming and diving earned a 5th place finish in sectionals out of 13 teams. The team posted a 3-2 record in dual meets and took home a 2nd place finish and 2 3rd place finishes in the numerous invitationals they competed in. IHSA limits the number of competitions to 14 competitive dates. We competed in 11 contests this season, including the state series. At this time, I'd like to transition to the program participation updates. The winter athletic programs experienced a small increase in participants this year, 250 this year compared to 248 last year. The sports that experienced an increase in participation were girls basketball and wrestling. Although our participation numbers have remained somewhat the same, our collected fees for participation have increased, the highest in 5 years, and our waived students were the lowest in the past 5 years. Also excited to share with the 250 student athletes that participated in a winter sport this year, they produced a daily attendance just north of 96%. On a separate note, I'm excited to share with you that this past winter, the athletic department, alongside with the Booster Club and their support, we installed and implemented the NFHS Pixelet camera system in the main gymnasium. This provides automated live event production, allowing our families and fans to view contests remotely. Obviously, this system is not engaged when RBTV is broadcasting a game, but it's a tremendous tool that allows our parents to follow their children's performance on the court when they can't make it to a game. It is our intent to have additional system installed in the Kennelly Athletic Complex in the near future. So hopefully in the next month we'll have another camera out there. So lacrosse, soccer, those parents will be able to watch their children compete as well. Last night signaled the official start of our spring season with our girls soccer program taking on Leiden High School, in which the girls registered the victory by a score of 8-0. As mentioned earlier, This weekend concludes our winter season with Special Olympics competing at Illinois Wesleyan and Ryan Gaynor competing in the three-point competition.
Scoreboard did not work yesterday?
What's that?
Scoreboard's not working?
Scoreboard was faulty yesterday, registering goals.
So we're having a new one installed April 1st.
That's the goal.
So we duct tape and caulk for as long as we can, right?
Absolutely.
I know Joel's working on it, but just so the parents are aware, a new scoreboard's coming here
Right.
before we get full swing. But I saw a guy on a ladder out there the other day trying to fix it, and I wanted to just inquire.
Right. And I think our maintenance crew made that known that, let's
Okay.
not invest too much time, effort, or resources into inspecting the current scoreboard.
Okay, so the work we did in the fall to get it running for that soccer sectional obviously didn't last.
Obviously not.
Okay. All right, well, it's a good thing the new one's coming then.
Right. Absolutely. Okay.
Sorry, Brendan, I'm just trying to...
No apologies necessary.
Okay. Anything else for Brendan?
Yeah, I'll ask you a question, Brendan. When all my kids, all my kids were swimmers, they used to have the 14 meets every year. Why, or is there a reason that we're cutting back on the number of meets? Because a lot of kids don't make it to the sectional or state, so if you count those and the numbers you had, they're doing almost half the meets that they could do. If they had full...
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time picking up what you said.
If you can do 14 meets into one sectional and one state, that's 12. Most of the kids don't swim in sectional and state. They only need
Right.
9 swimmers, as you know. So, the numbers you counted, they only did like 8 meets aside from them, which means, a lot of the kids aren't getting a lot of opportunity to swim then if they're not having meets to go to. So is there a reason we're cutting
Right.
back
Well,
on that?
from what I gathered, I believe there are 5 duels and 5 invitationals. Part of that is coach's discretion. I think that schedule was in place approximately this time last year. And some of those sports, much like cross country perhaps, some coaches elect to limit their competition heading into postseason play, if you will, or the state series, if you will. I know that was popular against some of the more prominent cross-country programs. I don't claim to be a swimming expert. I would imagine that the coaching staff had a say in that, but obviously at the end of the day, we're going to encourage as many contests as we can. I do believe when there's like a varsity-only meet, they will fill in all lanes, events, heats with some of those JV athletes when there is a duel.
Right.
So I think
That's what I
that does
mean.
allow some added opportunity.
That's my point. If a bunch of the meets are varsity only, there's the JV
Right.
freshmen don't get to swim very much. So I'm just more, because it's a sport I know about, as part of your evaluation and analysis, do you talk to the coach and say, why aren't we, why we limited the opportunities for the students to, for all the athletes to participate? Do you look at that on an annual basis?
Sure.
That's really what my question
Sure.
is.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Brendan.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.